Hello there, welcome to this channel. My name is Dick van Oeveren, and in this fourth video I will demonstrate how to show the telemetry data that comes from an HPE CX 10,000 distributed services switch, how to view that information in Kibana. And as you will find out is that the information, the telemetry data that we are sending from this CX 10,000 is very extensive, and you can do lots of good stuff with that in Elastiflow. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Before showing you some of the dashboard views, let me just go back to the uh, development tools and check out the Elastiflow index, this one. I'll open it here. And so what you can see here is uh, an index, and that index will have, well, it does have 10,000 entries, which is it's a lot of flows that you see here. And that's the number of flows that we're getting from the CX 10,000s. And now, if we look at the infrastructure that I am using for getting all that IPFix data, it's not a big infrastructure. I think they're running like 6 or 7 servers with 2 switches, so it's not very big. And although it's not very big, you still get 10,000 flows, which is quite extensive. And just to have a look at one of the flows, let's take this one here. Just go with the first one. I have the source and destination IP. I've got the IPv4, and just to give you an idea of the uh, type of information that we're getting here. We are getting timestamps here. We are getting AS information here, port IDs, the forwarding reason and status, whether it's fragmented, not fragmented, or forwarded, the flow ID. We even get MAC addresses, the DSCP values, ECN, even ECN information, number of packets. The PCP would be bad. That's the VLAN tag, best effort. Lots of stuff here. There are even I can even get all the, say, the TCP options in here. So the complete IPv4 header is sent containing all the IEs, and that's really what we're getting there. If we go into the console, I just you can see some dashboards here. Let me just first go to the overview, and you can see all the data that is coming in over the last 15 minutes. I can go into the top end servers, so the servers that are communicating the most. Core servers, I can watch the core servers also in time. And because all that flow data is stored in time, I can also go back in time. So if I want to see flows that occurred, I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I can get that data as well. I can also get the flow data, and so you can see all the communications between, well, devices, client devices, um, that are in that flow data. So I could check who's talking, well, which client is talking, like this 62230, with which services that client is talking. You know, you filter that out. I can get some nice graphs, who's talking to whom, like a and very nice graph there. There's also GeoIP, which is one of the flow enrichment features, which at the moment I don't have enabled. But you can get from this site called MaxMind, you can get a geo database that contains all the public IP addresses with their location. So you could, if you have public IP addresses in your flow data, you can see where they are from. AS traffic, um, and again, you can filter out on the ASs that are learned in the IPFix data. I can get some more information about the flow exporters, which in this case are two switches. These are the two 10Ks, and I can see which data these switches are exporting. You can have all these types of filters in here. I can get some traffic details. Um, like again IaaS traffic, layer 4 protocols, DSCP flow records, so uh, DF CS3 or DSCP value 4, um, all this good data. And also I also just showed you the flow records in the index, and you can get that flow data here as well. So I could extract that data and you could get the information about a specific flow. And it's again, it's quite extensive. Another thing that I'd like to show you is the ability for Elastiflow to detect threats. And the way I want to do this is by issuing a denial of service attack from a given source to a given destination. My 53208 is is the victim, so I'll just run that ETH status on there. And what I'm also going to do is run the distributed denial of service attack with this hping command and see what happens on the destination. So you can see that there's some traffic flood happening there. And if I just leave this running for a minute and then go back into Elastiflow, and I'll just move this around and move this away a little bit. So, and then, if I go in here, eventually what I see is, and I already see it here, I can see that there's this um, this Doom attack happening here. So I can already see this in the overview. And I can click on it, and that will filter out that Doom attack. But let me just do this. And what I can also do is go into the events here, and I can even like say, well, if this event occurred at a given time, I can scroll in and go into the specific details. And I'll just do that later on. Oh, you can see that already here. That's something happening. So what I can do here is select this part here, and that should give me some more information about what is happening in this specific time interval. And if I go into the threats section here, uh, it's even better. So I can go into the DDoS flood section here, and I can see that my 53208 is under heavy attack. I can see some 3,500 sources attacking that host. So it's also very powerful tool to detect threats. And in addition to that, with Elastiflow and Elastic, you can also trigger alerts. So you can work with the machine learning parts and stuff like that. So again, very powerful. And this concludes the video series of how to install Elastiflow and getting all that rich data into Elastiflow and showing you all the analytics that we're sending out of a CX10000. I hope you liked the series, and with that, I would like to thank you for watching and hope to see you soon in another video series. Thank you and bye-bye.